Sorry, there's some people outside the door. Welcome, I'm Brittany, certified birth and bereavement doula with Stillbirth Day. I'm here with Birth at 4 today. We're going to talk about dilation for our Birth Tip Tuesday. So, what is it? You know, we hear doctors talk about dilation a lot. Anytime you're going to the doctor and you get checked, especially once you hit a certain week, if your doctor is one that likes to check, or you are thinking you're in labor and you're heading into the hospital and they put you in triage, they're going to check you. Your midwife might check you as well if you're doing a home birth. And what they're looking for is your dilation level. There are a lot of things that work with dilation, but today we're going to focus solely on dilation. There are some other words and terms that we'll discuss in the coming weeks. So let's talk about dilation. Dilation is when the cervix begins to open. We're looking for the cervix to go from totally closed to about 10 centimeters, give or take. It's about that big, so that baby can come through. How does this happen? Well, that is going to work with both the contractions that are pulling your cervix open with each contraction, and with each contraction, once it stops, it's going to kind of close back in, and then your contraction is going to open it. And it works kind of like when you put air in a balloon. You take a break, it kind of closes back down, and then you keep pushing that air in, and it's just going to keep going bigger and bigger. The other thing that works to open your cervix and to dilate it is the baby's head putting pressure on your cervix here. So say this is your cervix, this is my baby's head. As your baby's putting pressure, as those contractions push down and pull up, so your contractions are working together to push baby down into that cervix and to pull the cervix open. So as your baby is pushing into that cervix, it's going to open wider and wider and wider so your baby can go through. So there's our purpose for cervical dilation. It's a big one. It's not exactly comfortable, I'm not going to lie. There's some intensity that happens with those contractions. They're easier to manage throughout your early labor time frame. So what they're looking for, you've got, let me back up here. I don't have notes in front of me or anything, so my brain is just kind of, let's pull this one and let's pull this one. But anyway, okay. So as you begin to dilate, you're going to go through stages. You're going to have early labor, which is anywhere from 1 centimeter dilated all the way up to 6 centimeters dilated. So you're going from something super small, nothing there. You know, you can maybe put the tip of a finger in there, and then you're going up to, I don't have a chart in front of me to really give you a good idea, but up to about 6 centimeters, I'd say is about here, just over halfway. That is considered early labor, that whole time frame. That can take, depending on the mom, that can take anywhere from a couple of minutes, well, not really minutes, I'd say hours, a few hours. You're looking for about 1 centimeter per hour. But you're looking at, I'd say, anywhere from a few hours to a few days in that process of dilating. So once you hit active labor, 6 centimeters, you are going to be in active labor. Active labor is from 6 centimeters to 8, I want to say, is active labor, and then transition is 9 and 10. So you've got your active labor, 6 to 8, 6 to 9, and then 9 to 10 is transition. Once you are at 10 centimeters, your baby is going to start to come through, and what that's called is descending, which we'll talk about that in another video. We just don't have time to talk about that today. So as your baby is coming through, we are fully dilated at this point. And again, multiple things are happening, multiple things are working together, but that is the gist of what dilation is. Think of it as this big I mean, it is. It's a hole. It's this big hole in your uterus at the very bottom, so your baby can come out and see us and join the world. Okay. Is it going to hurt? I'm not going to lie. It's not exactly comfortable. You know, you can think it's comfortable all you want, but I like to call it intense. You know, pain to me is one of those things that it's more long-term, it's more lasting. You can absolutely have pain in labor. But this, to me, contractions, I like to think of them as intensity. When you think of them as pain, you have, it's harder to breathe through them. It's harder to keep in your head that you can go through it. That's why we offer affirmations and other support, other ways of supporting you. So it's intense. Yeah, it can be very intense as you get farther on. Let's see, what's another question I often get with dilation? It looks like someone's wanting to come in the room, so I'm going to have to cut this short. If you have questions about cervical dilation, please holler at us, put them in these comments, and I will touch back with you and we will get those answered for you. Thank you for joining me today, and next week we'll talk about effacement and how that works with cervical dilation.